Nice heat wave. Woo. So picturesque. Check this display out too. What a handsome guy.
What's happening, man?
I came on right time. Triumph
Looking for dealers.
Motorsports.
Triumph dealership.
Aqui só o salão faz um centavo, né?
But not as much. So kind of in the same light as the Porsche Boxster, you know, where it's like almost the same stuff, but like half the price. I think it was the original idea anyway. So this car is, you know, has the optics of it. It has the eyebrows over the fenders, the giant mouth in the front. It only came in the Roadster version as to not be sort of a miniature Gullwing. That would have been kind of weird. The seats from the Gullwing, same build quality. Huge amount of it's aluminum. So the hood, the doors, the trunk lid, aluminum. The convertible top frame is completely aluminum. It has a removable windshield frame, which is interesting. I don't think this was intended for racing, but the Speedster here has the same idea, which was intended for racing. The 356 was selling for about $4,000 US as a coupe and $5,000 US as a cabriolet. He said to Porsche, we need to make something under 3,000 USD to compete with the Corvettes in 55. He's like, we have to strip out all kinds of things, you know? So this car literally has no stereo, no glass in the doors. There's just little curtains that go in there. The convertible top is just 10mm tubing and a piece of canvas. It's barely waterproof, let alone windproof. You know, the seats are just a single piece kind of bucket that hinge on a wooden frame. They sold it for $29.95 American, which if you think about it, it was a price competitive with the Corvette, but like quite a bit less horsepower. These were the 55 horsepower normal engine, so really not much of a sports car for back in the day.
And this is the coupe version, right?
Yeah, so this is called the Continental, which actually didn't last very long in Porsche's world because Continental, the trademark, was owned by Lincoln at the time. The reason it's badged like this is that Max Hoffman said to Porsche, people want cars that have a name, not a number. You know, every other American car had a name. We need the Spider, the car. It's a 55 horsepower car. There's nothing different about them than the, you know, 54 model as such. Basically, it's just a rebadged 356. This lasted for about 9 months and then became the European for a few months, and then it got dropped altogether for 56. Might possibly be the actual first Continental, built in November 54. You don't have any documentation from Porsche, but it's a genuine Continental. It's got the original engine. This is the original color. In fact, most of the cars that I've restored are the original color.
And then this one, what's this?
So this is a 57 coupe again. This is getting on a little bit of the hot rod theme. It's got Speedster seats, different steering wheel, like the RSK style steering wheel, aluminum wheels, bigger engine, 912, that kind of thing. So this is one of my projects that's not done, but really close. I love to get things to about 80% and then not work on them for 10 years. That's sort of my jam. So
we'll kind of get to those down there.
The
right?
unfinished cars, yeah. I've got it. Certainly does, you know, and motivations. Like I gotta get working on this or whatever. So as new things come along, you tend to do those first, and then it's just kind of how it is. But at the moment, I have space to put everything, and there's really no hurry. I feel like I got a lot to pay, but it's a sunroof model, which is pretty interesting. Very few cars were equipped with sunroofs. 912 engine, a little higher horsepower. And then the wheels are forged 911 turbo spares that are re-drilled with more holes, kind of give them, you know, a bit more pop. 911, very late production. It's only a couple chassis numbers away from a 67. Bahama yellow. This is actually one that got completely finished, not just 80%. So there we go. Then this is a 69 911. This is definitely more in the hot rod theme with RSR style seats. And this is a 911T, which is like I think it means touring, but it's basically the base model. Originally delivered to Italy, and it is a Viper green car, so it's been restored to Viper green. Italian cars are kind of interesting. The turn signals and taillights have a lot of clear on them. They have a very little strip of color. And then Italian cars were also delivered with no seatbelts, which is
Weird.
I don't know why you wouldn't need that in the 70s. But
And this one you plan to finish?
yeah, I think so. You know, it got to this point. I would like to finish it as well, I guess. Just
Yeah, it's almost done. Well,
yeah. So this is a 68 911 sunroof, and again, this has been resprayed, totally redone. The original color, which is slate gray, which is a beautiful color.
let's go through the Volkswagen lineup.
Yeah, of the effort they would have gone through to make these 5,000 cars.
You've got your 3 Beetles.
Yeah, so this one is actually also a 2003, which people have trouble believing. So in Mexico, they were producing the Beetle up until 2003, and then at that time they did the end edition. They did 5,000 cars, 2,500 in blue, 2,500 in this beige color, and they were a bit of a retro theme. They had the white wall tires factory, they had this emblem here at the front, which really doesn't match up very well to any of the other trim, but anyways, most of them were bought by collectors, kind of a special car. 63 sunroof. This is a pretty sort of middle-of-the-road Beetle. This is actually what like Herbie was based off of. This actually would have been basically the base car for Herbie with the gray interior. This gray paint color, I believe, is what Herbie was. If you ever see the movies, the dash is gray. It's a 52 Beetle, so it's got the split back window. This is a Volkswagen Canada delivered car. So Volkswagen Canada started in 1952. So I don't know for sure if this was one of the sort of first cars or not, but yeah, it's interesting, and it's an original sunroof car.